Hello and welcome to my channel, Mama's Daisies. Today I'm doing a little video about being prepared. I know that there's a range of views and everything, but it's never really a bad idea to have a week or two's worth of stuff on hand. So if the water line in your town breaks and you don't have any water, or the power goes out in a summer storm or something like that, or more catastrophic things that may or may not happen, or even with the fact that supply chain stuff is an issue right now. It's harder to get stuff into stores, let alone into your home. So today I did a run to Aldi for some stock up items, and I will also stock up at Walmart for different things too. But this is what I did today, and I'm going to talk about what I got and why. So one thing I only got one, but I got some water. In fact, this winter we had a water line break, and even though we're on city water, we had no water for hours. But thankfully I had a couple jugs worth so we could wash hands, drink, and cook if we needed to. So it's always a good idea to have water. I forget how much you want per person, but start with just getting a gallon per person in your house. I need to build it up so whenever I go to the store, I'm just going to get one jug when I'm there, and eventually I'll have enough or more than enough. Something else I got some canned meats. You may wonder, well, you can, you're a homesteader, why are you buying canned goods? My canning skills are not reliable, so I don't want to be depending on that in an emergency. So to get us a good basis going while I work on my skills, bought some canned meats for protein. My kids aren't big on vegetables, so having something they will eat is a good idea. I also got some almond butter. One of my sons has a peanut allergy, so it's always a good idea to have something he can eat. He can be around it, but he can't eat it, so I want to make sure that he can have something to put on bread or toast or something. Also got applesauce because kids love applesauce, and so do I. Just again, something that would be nice to have on hand if there's an emergency or power outage or something. When I got just a thing of instant pudding. If you're in survival mode for a while, you're gonna want something fun, like something nice. You don't want to be eating just beans and rice. So if you can have something fun to look forward to, it's nice to get a couple fun items. I will be storing this in a plastic tote in our basement because we have critters that find their way into our house. So anything that's in paper or cardboard, it goes in a plastic tote or a bucket to protect it. So I also got a big old bag here of more things like canned carrots, canned fruit, some more canned meats. Just got a couple of each just to get a good stock going, and then what I'll do is each time I go to the grocery store, just pick up an extra canned good or two here and there to keep it built up. It's also good to rotate through your canned stock because they do expire. So if I'm always picking up a couple extra canned goods, then I can work through it and know that things aren't going to go bad. I also got some non-food items that I, in the past, have not stocked up on and always forgot to do. So I just got one pack of batteries. We go through these anyway because a lot of my kids' toys take like 500 AA batteries. So I got just a pack and we'll have some batteries. Something that I hadn't stocked up on before but realized we really needed to was just like first aid medicine stuff. So, I got some ibuprofen, some Tylenol, and also my husband suffers from some pretty bad seasonal allergies. So if we are like stuck and can't get something and it's allergy season, he's going to be pretty miserable. So I found some allergy relief tablets just so he can have some relief if it's a hits the shan situation. That way he can have some relief. So what do you do if you can't, if stocking up is totally new to you? It's still new to us. We're not experts at it. But like I've said a couple times before, one thing you can do is just every time you go to the store for your basic foods, get a canned good of something that you and your family will eat. Get an extra one and then put it in a closet, in your basement, wherever. Maybe you have a whole cold room, but if you do, you probably aren't watching this video. You already know what to do. Just get one extra thing every time you go to the store, and then you will slowly build up a stockpile. Another thing you can do, and that we are starting to do, is to buy in bulk when we can. You don't have to buy all the things in bulk. I simply buy a 25-pound bag of flour from Walmart, stick it in a food safe bucket. If I were keeping it for longer term storage, I would freeze it for a couple days, let it thaw, and then freeze it again to kill any weevils. But because I'm always baking bread and my kids like desserts and stuff, who doesn't? Because I'm doing that, I don't do that because we go through it pretty quickly. But if I were to have like an extra bag, I would do that. So I got like a big, I think it was like a 10-pound bag of rice from Walmart, a larger bag of sugar, put them in 5-gallon buckets, and we have those. And that's even just nice for like winter when the roads are bad and you don't want to go to the store. That doesn't even have to be an emergency situation. So yeah, a way to start small, just every time you go to the store, pick up one extra thing. Some things that we will be adding to our preparedness stuff is like a storm radio for summer storms, a better first aid kit. We don't really have one anymore. It's always a good idea to have flashlights or lanterns. We have some candles and things, but with a bunch of little kids, candles aren't super ideal unless we have to have them. I'm also going to be working on, in our basement, getting a corner that would be the safe place to go if there's like a tornado or something like that. So that way it's not so scary for my kids. Some of my kids are actually worried about like, what if the store runs out of food and stuff. So doing this helps them to feel better. And so I also want to do that with like summer storms and stuff. Have a place that looks nice and is safe. And it can be less scary when things are already kind of scary, So other things to stock up on, like I said, first aid kit, bandages, water is really big. Then depending on your situation, like if you live on a well and the power goes out and you can't, I think it's a lot. If you're not on city water, sometimes when the power goes out, you can't flush a toilet. So having water that you can flush a toilet with is good. You can do a rain barrel. That's something we want to do for both our animals and situations where we need water, but it wouldn't have to be drinking quality. Or you can also get water purification tablets so that if that is your only water source, you can have safe water for your family to drink. Hopefully none of us are going to go through something that requires that, but you never know. After storms or something, it's a good idea just to have it on hand. So preparedness doesn't have to be like doom and gloom. It can just be like having extra of something. Like in the winter, I keep hand warmers and extra winter hats in my car. In the summer, I'm going to keep bottles of water in my car. They'll be hot, and I know, warm plastic and stuff, but better to have something to drink than nothing if you're stranded on a 90-degree day in your car with kids, So it's just having like some extra stuff for if something happens. And then it's also good to rotate through it so that way if nothing happens, and most of the time it doesn't, we're not having, natural disasters every single day, and, the food does get to the store, it just takes longer, but it's nice to have that as a bit of a security blanket. And I know not everyone can get like hundreds of dollars worth of bulk groceries at a time. We can't do that. We've been in different phases of life where we can't stock up a lot. But in situations like that, it's where you get one extra can when you go to the grocery store. You learn how to make something at home instead of having to buy the finished product. You do what you can with what you have and where you're at, and that is good. So, like I said, this is just a little video about the preparedness stuff we're doing. I will probably update on some of the stuff we have and different things I'm doing. if you guys like that sort of thing. If not, I'm still going to do those things, but I probably just won't film it. But yeah, what do you stock up on for emergencies or power outages or the big it hits the shan situation? Comment below and let me know what you stock up on, what you worry about, and ways you're finding to overcome that, to be prepared. And again, I share this not to like live in fear or be afraid, because we don't want to be afraid of everything all the time. So many things are out of our control. I'm a bit of a control freak, but I'm learning that, and so having just a couple extras is just like a little buffer. And you know, what's going to happen is going to happen, but if you can do some things to help feel prepared and then to lessen a fear, that's good. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye.